Good evening, everyone. So today we have with us Mr. Subrahmanya Hegde from Bose Physics Learning Center, Bangalore. We are delighted to have him here today with us. So Subrahmanya has a master's from Karnataka University, Dharwad, and he has himself cleared all the national level exams at his time. He was briefly at IISc Bangalore as a teaching assistant when he decided to focus uh, uh, purely on teaching instead of pursuing research. He has successfully mentored quite a few number of students in cracking IIT-JAM, JEST, TIFR-GS, CSIR-NET, GATE, etc. So today's talk will purely focus on strategies for preparing for these exams as a way to enter PhDs into these premier institutes of India. So I would like to request all the students to kindly interact with the speaker, clear any doubts that you have regarding these exams. So with that, I would like to hand over the proceedings to Subramanya. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for this opportunity. So Mr. Himanshu and Mr. Apurvadas. Again, I want to welcome one more guest here, Swapan from ICTS. And at the end of my talk, I'll be inviting him to speak for 5 to 10 minutes. He's also from Assam. So thank you so much for this opportunity. So can I start, Himanshu?
Yes,
Please
yes,
go ahead.
Mr. Subramanya, please go ahead.
So where physics could take you. Okay, I wish to talk about this one. I mean, little bit. I mean, so according to the Google form response we have received, according to the questions that I have received, um, yeah. So need of this career guidance or career counseling for physics graduate. Okay, so usually physics graduate, okay, after their graduation, I mean undergraduate or postgraduate, after their graduation they look for lot of other clerical jobs, okay, civil service, IT sector jobs, engineering, science related, MBA, business, like that. I mean, so physics graduates, I mean after graduation they look for varieties of job other than the jobs related to physics. So and that's okay, I mean that's fine. I mean at some point of your life, all of us have to think about job security, financial security and all. I mean, so this is fine. Let me talk about this one. So, but I know there are many students, I mean, who even after cracking this CSIR-NET exam, CSIR-NET, JRF and all, so they took nearly U-turn and they started learning coding, Python, and they started getting into IT sector. I mean, it's also not wrong. I mean, I'm not saying it is wrong, but there are many students. I mean, even though after being good at physics, okay, and after cracking this national level exam, also they take some U-turn and they try to find jobs in other sector. So that's why, I mean, I feel this career guidance is quite a bit necessary for physics graduate, undergraduate or postgraduate. So suppose, okay, I mean, without exploring all opportunities related to physics, related to basic science, okay, looking job in other sector, I mean, like engineering, science, IT sector, or any other field. So it looks like this for me. I mean, whatever you are seeing on the screen, actually. Can you guys see my screen? Speak up. Somebody speak. And anyone?
Yes.
Any yes. So thank you. I mean, I mean, what you are seeing, I mean, in this so picture. Can you please tell me, anyone? Without exploring all possibilities, I mean, related to basic science, or without exploring all the fields related to physics, okay? I mean, if anyone looks for job in other field, so I mean, I feel that is very similar to this situation. I mean, it always is, I mean, we always feel like grass on the other side is always green, am I right? Pick up. I mean, so so that's what I see the situation like this, actually. I mean, there are already grass in that side, but still that cow is trying to eat the grass on this side, actually. So I mean, and I need to quote one more thing here. I mean, being physics graduates are looking for jobs in engineering, science, IT sector and all, and many various fields. And I need to quote one more thing. When you see the what you call the class 11 12th coaching industry, okay, in class 11 12th coaching industry, lot of engineering graduates are coming and filling those jobs actually. So I mean, when I see these things, and when I see there are a lot of other options, okay, a lot of other opportunities, okay, related to physics, when I see all of them, I feel, I mean, somehow the situation of physics graduates are like this. I mean, they are thinking grass on the other side is green. They are not looking into the grass on their side. I mean, they are not looking into the opportunities properly. So now, what society thinks about our basic science education? I don't know much about Assam state here. I mean, what about this basic and what society thinks about basic science education? So, I mean, I will talk maybe in the perspective of Karnataka. Maybe most of those things are relevant for Assam also. So, if you ask, if you tell any uncle that I'm doing BSc or MSc, then they will ask why. Am I right? You could have done engineering and you could have got some job or some commerce or some business or something, isn't it? I mean, usually, I mean, when you ask, when you tell someone that you are doing the basic science, I mean, here in Karnataka, this is the scenario. I mean, so someone please reply. I mean, whether it is the same thing in Assam or not.
Yes, it's same, sir.
I mean, they just ask why you are doing BSc, why you are doing MSc. I mean, why you are doing PhD, and so what job you will get out of it, like that. Am I right? Speak up. I mean, but I mean, the truth is, okay. I mean, engineering graduation also not leading to any jobs. At least for the past 2 years, I mean, they are also facing lots of trouble, and many engineering streams are already outdated, and they are also not getting job in the relevant field actually. So that is the truth. But still, I mean, society, I mean, things like that. I mean, why are doing BSc? Why are doing MSc like that? What you may be thinking about BSc or MSc physics related graduation is again no job after that one. Am I right? I mean, that's what we. I mean, when society, the whole society thinks like this, you also thinks the same thing actually. So now let us see. Any question? The whole society is thinking like there are no job after basic science, and you may be also thinking like, I mean, there are no job after this basic science, pure science or something. Yeah, any question? Let us, yes. Any question? Okay.
Probably it was just a disturbance.
Okay.
Please go ahead, Subrahmanya.
Yes. So, I mean, let us see what tech giants tell about physics and mathematics. I mean, usually most of you, I mean, if you are major in physics, I hope you'll be doing mathematics also along with that one. And if you are masters in physics, definitely you will be, you have done a lot of mathematics. Okay. What tech giants tell about this physics and mathematics? Okay. Let me play one video. I hope you know about Elon Musk. Anyone? Can you reply? You know about Elon Musk?
Yes, sir.
I mean, he's the CEO of Tesla Motors, electric cars, okay, CEO of SpaceX and Solar City, lot of many projects. I think recently he bought Twitter also. I hope you know that one. So let us see what he talks. Let us see what he tells about physics graduation. Okay, I don't know whether you can hear or not. Let me play. Please try to.
How have you managed to dive so deeply into so many different engineering challenges? Well, I studied physics.
Here, interviewer asked him, how do you manage to dive into so many different engineering disciplines? I mean, Elon Musk, okay, I mean, this Tesla Motors, okay, that those are electric car company, okay. SpaceX, that's a space science technology. And then Solar City, that's also very different one. And he funded many artificial intelligence related project also. And now he bought the Twitter also, I mean, which is renamed as X later. So, I mean, how he dived into so many different engineering disciplines. That's what the interviewer asked him, and I hope you heard. So, so can you hear this voice? Somebody please reply.
Yes, yes.
Give me 1 minute. Okay. What he says here is
Recommend physics as a good grounding to understand the many different engineering challenges. Well, I studied physics, and I certainly strongly recommend physics as a good grounding to understand the nature of reality. And physics is fundamentally just understanding how does the universe actually work. And then that's a good foundation for then a variety of engineering disciplines. And I think also the analytical principles, the sort of analytical constructs used in physics apply to basically anything. It's
Yeah, I will move on. I mean, what he says is he recommends studying physics actually, and he says the analytical principle that we study around physics that basically applies to anything, any engineering discipline, any business, finance, anything actually. The whole thinking process around physics. So that is basically useful in anything actually. That's what Elon Musk says. I mean, I think he may be second or third richest person, or he may be the richest person. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, I mean that's what I mean. He's let me call him as a tech giant. Okay, that tech giant are saying like this. Okay, so there is one more video here. I think I will try to play it.
Young people globally want to be like Elon Musk. What's your advice to them?
So if young people want to be like Elon Musk, what's your advice? Okay, that's what somebody asked him. Okay, then he said,
I think advice. I mean, if you want to make progress in things, I think that the best analytical framework for understanding the future is physics. I'd recommend studying the thinking process around physics, like not the equation.
yeah, he's saying again that the thinking process. I mean, he recommending studying physics and thinking process around the physics. Okay, so I mean, I will just move on. I mean, this will be quite time. You can find these things on the YouTube actually. Okay, now let me quote one more thing. I mean, so Sundar Pichai, Google CEO, I hope you know that one. I mean, what he talks about a mathematics graduation. Okay, I mean, mathematics graduate or something. Okay, you see this one. I mean, this is his reply in, I think, IIT Kanpur interview. Okay, machine learning is all pure mathematics. Okay, it is easier to train a mathematician with computer science than other way around, than training computer science guy in mathematics actually. Okay, why I am quoting this? I mean, for physics graduate, because if you have done physics properly, then you not only know mathematics, you know how to apply mathematics also. So that's why, I mean, these are what tech giants talks about physics or mathematics graduation. Okay, so that's why, I mean, if anyone ask why you are doing physics graduation, you can just send this video or you can just quote this one. So now I will quickly go through this career with physics and career without physics. Okay, and all of you already know that one. At the end of the session, again, we can have some separate one-to-one discussion. So career with physics, okay, after BSc, I mean, I have just segregated it into this part. Okay, after BSc, you can do MSc. Okay, after BSc, you can do B.Ed and then you can go for teaching. After MSc, what you can do, let me place it in the next slide. Okay, after BSc, B.Ed and you can go for teaching. After BSc, you can look for some technical jobs. Okay, these are, I'm talking about career with physics, where you are going to use physics in your day-to-day job works actually. So after BSc, some entrepreneurial ideas or something. Okay, so then if suppose MSc is your target, okay, if MSc is your target after your BSc, then my suggestion is, I mean, you better to do your masters in these institutions. Okay, TIFR, IISc, IITs, ISERs, NICER, DST, and DAE funded institution. DST means Department of Science and Technology, Department of Atomic Energy funded institution, central universities, okay, NITs, deemed universities. Okay, I mean, to do masters in these colleges or something, this institution, so definitely you need to crack some exams. Okay, IIT-JAM, okay, JEST exam, TIFR conduct separate exam, TIFR-GS. Okay, so CUET for central universities. Okay, I hope most of you already know this one. I mean, if you don't know anything related to this career thing, we shall discuss later. I'll just move on to next slide. If MSc is your target after BSc, then you better to do your masters in this institution. So if B.Ed is your target, yeah, any question? Yes, you can ask.
So can a student after completing BSc can join the astrophysics department like that?
Yes, why not? Why not? So definitely, if you, I mean, you can, I mean, so there are separate, what you call, astrophysics related master's courses also, or there are many master's courses where, I mean, in the beginning of the master course, you do study all syllabus equally. Then you can, what you call, choose astrophysics as a specialization, project work, and you can get into the research related to that. Okay, there are many options like that. Okay, so I mean, astrophysics also, I mean, again, that's a part of this one. Okay, I mean, let us discuss that one. Okay, if a B.Ed is your target after BSc, okay, the usual thing is, I mean, you may stop learning while doing B.Ed, while studying B.Ed exams or something, you may stop learning. Okay, don't stop learning. Okay, be in touch with mathematics. Okay, because usually, I mean, after B.Ed, you may lose touch with mathematics that may be required for your future teaching. Okay, and if you haven't done, suppose JEE NEET preparation in your class 11, 12, okay, I strongly suggest those who choose B.Ed after BSc, I strongly suggest you to solve Hegde, HC Verma, class 11, 12 level, okay, Stewart calculus, etc. So, and start teaching. Okay, I mean, during B.Ed also you start teaching whatever the student psychology or teaching methodology you learn in B.Ed, that should be experienced in the classroom only. Okay, that's why you should start teaching, and don't stop learning after B.Ed. Don't simply wait for government job. Develop skills and start teaching in a private school. I mean, if you have a subject knowledge, if you have a subject understanding, if you are a subject expert, and if you have bit teaching skills, actually, you can earn very well in private schools, actually. So don't stop learning. Don't stop developing skills. Okay, after B.Ed, don't simply wait for government job. So start, what you call, developing skills. Start, what you call, developing more and more subject hold teaching skills and all. So that's my suggestion. If B.Ed is your target after BSc, if technical jobs are your target after BSc, so be good at basic physics concepts. I mean, basic physics concepts and mathematics. Okay, and again, you better to solve Hegde and HC Verma if you haven't done those things in your class 11, 12, and Stewart calculus, some very good mathematics, basic mathematics and all. Do aptitude and reasoning from some standard books, like, I mean, I hope you heard about Agrawal textbooks for banking or something, because in some state government job, I mean, in Karnataka they used to work, I think the same thing true for Assam also, they may put some aptitude and reasoning question also in the technical job exams, actually. Be in touch with current affairs also, sometimes that may be part of some state exams and all, and hunt for openings. Okay, these technical jobs, okay, they are called on the need basis, actually, not on a regular basis. Suppose ISRO, BARC, DRDO, they call for this kind of technical position. I mean, I quote, I think, so a couple of days back, ISRO called for some technical jobs. Okay, like that. I mean, they are not uh, regular basis; they are on need basis. But in 1 year, you will get at least 2 to 3 of technical job calls. Actually, I mean, if you prepare, if you are very good at basic physics and problem solving and mathematics, and if you have aptitude and reasoning skills, and I mean, I don't think everywhere they will ask current affairs, but you better to be good at current affairs also. Then you can hunt for those openings, and you can target. So I mean, even though the appointments are not regular, but in 1 year, at least 2 to 3 different institutions will call for this technical positions, actually. So in this one, I think this Indian Meteorological Department is quite regular appointment, and air traffic officer is also quite regular appointment, actually. I mean, these are some technical jobs that you can look after your BSc. So after MSc, I mean, I just segregated these things. So research or PhD, okay, and after MSc having a B.Ed and go for teaching. Okay, I mean, if you go for teaching after MSc, have B.Ed. Okay, that's the suggestion. Okay, after MSc also you can look for some technical job, government or private technical jobs. Okay, and then there are many scientific officer jobs after MSc. Some regular appointments are also there. And again, entrepreneurial idea, I will just leave it for you, and we shall discuss later. So after MSc, one more path that I wish to tell you is doing MTech. I mean, it looks like, okay, why I should jump into engineering discipline after MSc? Not like that. After physics MSc, there are many MTech courses which are related to physics subjects. Suppose MTech in nanoscience and nanotechnology, MTech in material science, MTech in optics and communication. So there are a lot of MTech courses delivered by top institutes. I mean, IITs and all. Okay, which will help you to have some skills, whatever required for the job. I mean, after that MTech, you can look for job. After that MTech, also you can jump into PhD and research and all. So these are the career path that I wish to put you in front of you. And after PhD, again, I have just kept you. I think these are a bit irrelevant for you right now. So there are academic research and teaching positions. Okay, there are research scientist and postdoctoral fellow positions. There are many industries are growing in India, industrial R&D and some entrepreneurship and some scientist position. So that these are the career path after PhD. So if a PhD is your target after your MSc, again, my suggestion is, I mean, you better to do your research in these institutions, TIFR, IISc, IITs, ICERs, NICERs, DST, DAE, Foundation Institution, Central University, NITs, some top deemed university like BITS Pilani, like that. Okay. Now, usually, again, we have very huge population and there are very less intake in these schools, in these institutions. That's why, again, they will put entrance exam as the criteria. Okay. So, I mean, you need to prepare for those entrance exam. I mean, that's the whole, I mean, this whole talk is how to prepare for those entrance exam only. I hope you guys are already aware of this one. Yeah, you can ask the question.
Sir, what if a student want to go abroad?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Let us have this one at the end. Okay. So to go abroad, I mean, you should have, I mean, 4-year bachelor's degree, or I mean, after master's also you can plan to go abroad. Okay. Let us discuss that one. Okay. You please ask the same question at the end. Okay. That's a very good question. Fine. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if teaching is your target after MSc, okay, have B.Ed, okay. So I mean, but don't keep waiting for government exam, doing nothing, not like that. Okay, have B.Ed, okay. Do again H.C. Verma and Halid Resnick, Stewart calculus and all. Okay, so get yourself ready for JEE NEET teaching. You know, this JEE NEET coaching became a very big industry actually, and engineering graduates are filling up those jobs actually. Engineering graduates who already have lakhs of rupees salary jobs, they are leaving those jobs and they are jumping into this JEE NEET teaching. So that's why get yourself ready for JEE NEET teaching. I mean, if you solve HC Verma, Halid Resnick fully yourself, then I mean, you can just jump into teaching. You will have some teaching skill after 1 or 2 years, and you can earn very well in this JEE NEET teaching. And you should be ready to study, learn, and update yourself continuously. I mean, all of this 21st century job requires these things. Actually, you should be ready to learn and update continuously. So if technical jobs are your target after MSc, again, better to prepare for this GATE and CSIR-NET exam, because that will prepare you very good in problem solving and all. I mean, if you target for GATE and CSIR-NET exam, definitely you will have some problem solving skills and that can be used in those technical job entrance exams actually. Again, this technical job are usually on the basis of bachelor's degree, undergraduate degree. That's why you better to do HC Verma, Halid Resnick also. There will be very simple problems will also be asked in those exams actually. So, and have aptitude and reasoning skill. Again, be in touch with current affairs. I think I already mentioned these technical jobs. I mean, after MSc also there are many technical jobs, but questions, whatever they ask, that those are usually basic level. But if you prepare for this GATE CSIR-NET exam, that will be definitely helpful for that one. Yeah, you can ask the question.
Sir, can you tell about something about GATE exam or CISIR?
Yes. I'll just finish this one, 2 more slides, and I'll jump into how to prepare for those exams. Okay. Yeah. So if scientific officer jobs are your target after MSc, okay, again, you better to prepare well for these exams. Actually, I mean, this BARC scientific officer position, these are being called regularly. Okay. A GATE syllabus is the article. I mean, they have this very similar syllabus. And again, there are many other scientific officer jobs. They are being called on the need basis in DRDO, ISRO, ISA, and all. Okay. Again, preparing for these exams are the better way to get into the scientific officer jobs. So again, I place the same slide here. Now, I'll briefly talk about career without physics using the skill that you gained through learning physics. Okay. I mean, so Himanshu, I hope I'm not so much delayed. So, so shall I spend 10 more minutes on this?
It's all right. It's all right.
Yes.
We have sufficient time.
Yeah. So career without physics using the skills gained through learning physics. Okay. I mean, how we should do physics, that also we should understand. Right now, I mean, you may be doing your graduation only for the sake of certificate. Okay. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay. I mean, if you do physics properly, you will have problem solving skill. You must have mathematical skill, analytical skill, coding and computational skill, if possible, communication skill. Okay. I mean, along with this physics graduation, you can definitely develop all of these things if you do it seriously, if you do it promptly. I mean, definitely these can be definitely developed along with the physics. But if you do it for the sake of certificate, getting one graduation and moving on, then these skills will not be developed actually. I mean, if you do physics, definitely these skills are developed. Now, again, I have quoted Elon Musk over there. Now, if you search 21st century skills which are required for job on Google, okay, you will find this list actually. Okay, critical thinking and problem solving. Okay, not physics problem solving, general problem solving. Okay, critical thinking. Okay, creativity and innovation. Okay, lifelong learning. Okay, digital literacy, communication, collaboration. You will find these things as a 21st century skills that you need for jobs. Okay, so now when I see this one, most of these can be developed through physics graduation. I think because of that, Elon Musk was quoting, I mean, physics graduation. I mean, in almost all interview when people ask for what youngsters should do in their graduation. I mean, because physics, if you do physics properly, promptly, okay, then definitely critical thinking, problem solving. I mean, you may develop physics or math problem solving skill, but that will rewire your brain. That rewired brain have critical thinking and outside problem solving capability, and that has a very good value in the industry outside. I mean, in the job industry. So creativity and innovation while solving physics problem, while doing any project work, or while doing any laboratory experiment, definitely you will develop what you call creativity and innovation if you do it seriously, if you do it with all of your interest and effort. Actually, definitely creativity and innovation will come along with this physics actually. So digital literacy, I mean, this also you can add up along with your physics graduation. Suppose if there are any programming in your undergraduate or graduate courses, you should take it seriously and you should learn those things. And communication, as far as communication is concerned, many times, I mean, you may have some seminars or some debates or some competition related to physics or I mean, any modeling, science modeling presentation. Lot of options will be there during your graduation. So if you participate well in those things, usually you can develop communication skills actually. Or I mean, if you discuss physics or if you start teaching physics to your friends, whatever physics you understood to your friends, so communication will be developed. And collaboration, suppose in the laboratory, if suppose 2 to 3 of you are doing some experimentation, I mean, or if 2 to 3 of you are together doing some small project work, okay, how you collaborate with each other, how you distribute your work, and how you help each other and finish one target. in a group. Okay, this is also a skill which is required to survive in the 21st century job. So that's why all of these things can be developed along with physics graduation. That's why you just have to do it with promptly, out of your heart, out of all of your effort and interest. You should do your physics graduation. So here I have quoted a couple of students. Actually, I mean, they used to keep on thinking government jobs, okay, during their after their masters and all. But later they change their mind once they get into premier institution. Now they are not much thinking about government job. They are thinking, I mean, they have a lot of possibilities. Actually, I just quoted that one. So now I'll come back to this one. Actually, I mean, I was talking about what you call career without physics, but using the skill gained through the physics. Okay, so if you have done physics properly, then definitely you will have a mathematical skill also, you will have a mathematical modeling skill also. And if you have some computational skill along with that one, okay, you are in a very sweet spot to jump into artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science field actually. So I want to quote one thing here. In Europe and in the US, okay, this IT sector and this AI and machine learning sector, they are specifically looking for physics graduates, not even mathematics graduates. They are specifically looking for physics graduate. I mean, they are grabbing them into this field, AI, ML, and data science field actually. Yes. Any question? Yes. Any question? Okay. So that's why, I mean, if you do physics properly, I mean, if you do physics with all of your interest, then definitely you will have a mathematical skill and mathematical modeling skill also. And if you do some computational work along with it, well, some coding and all, so I mean, you are in the very best to learn these artificial intelligence, machine learning, or data science. And I quote that people are looking for, especially physics graduate. I mean, people, I mean, the tech giants in the field, okay, they are looking for physics graduate, and they are grabbing physics graduate into this field. So that's why physics graduate, if you do physics properly, whatever the skill, whatever the knowledge, whatever the rewired brain that you have, okay, that can be used, what you call, in AI and ML field, okay, data science, okay. I mean, there are geoscientists, so position, I hope you know, I mean, UPSC will call for some exam for geophysics exam. And biophysics is another field that you can get into. And if you are very good at physics, you can take physics as a major, and you can prepare for some civil service exam like UPSC exam, okay. And if you are very good at mathematical modeling, okay, you can go for business and finance also. And again, I quote Elon Musk again, the thinking process around physics, okay. So that is what you call helpful in any field actually. So that's what I wish to quote. Now, I mean, before closing this part of this session, okay, usually most of us, okay, even in Karnataka also, even when I was in graduation, okay, speaker, we all think about job, government job, secure job, am I right? Our society, our parents, everyone are pushing us to this one only, am I right? Job. So this thinking only maybe making you jobless. Okay, what will happen when you think about job is, okay, why are you doing graduation now? I mean, BSc or MSc, because that certificate is required for the job. Am I right? So if you think like that, it will put one psychological barrier in your learning. Actually, your certificate is not getting you job. I mean, you are not doing BSc or MSc because to earn some certificate. I mean, certificates are just one of the product of your whole graduation actually. So, I mean, you have to do graduation with all of your interest. You should understand, you should have a skills, you should have what you call knowledge, subject expertise, okay? And those things are valued in the job market actually, not your certificate actually. So that's why, I mean, when you keep thinking about job and or if you're doing your graduation because of the job, okay, because to get some secure job or something, that is putting a psychological barrier in your mind, that is not allowing you to learn properly, that is not allowing you to like the subject at all, that's not allowing you to what you call learn the subject, not allowing you to develop the skill which are required for actual job market actually. So that thinking may be making you jobless. So that's why, so my suggestion is come out of that thinking. So if you have a skill, if you have a knowledge, if you have a subject expertise, okay, if you have a critical thinking, if your brain is rewired, I mean, while learning physics, then definitely you have a value in the job market. Those skills, those knowledge, those are valued in the job market, not your only certificate. Certificate is just one byproduct of your graduation. That's why, so my sincere suggestion is do your graduation with all of your heart, with all of your interest, and with all of your, I mean, try to develop skill, knowledge, subject knowledge. Do it with all of your interest. So then if you do that one, then definitely whatever Elon Musk is saying, you will be satisfied all of those criteria, whatever required for 21st century skill, then you will definitely have a job actually. I mean, definitely government jobs are also one of the options for you. So that's why please come out of that one and think about what you're doing during your BSc and MSc. So now, I mean, I'll just finish with this one. So there are many top government jobs. Definitely, all of you should target to those top government jobs. Okay, I mean, you should target. There are many top government jobs. Okay, suppose assistant professor and some so teaching or lecture position and all. Definitely, all of you must target for that one. Okay, but while targeting for that one, don't keep collecting only certificate. Have a subject knowledge, have a subject expertise, okay, have skills actually, okay. If you do that one, if not government job, you will fall into, you will able to get job in the private education, I mean education industry or coaching industry, I mean if you have any skills actually. So if not private education, you will have a job in industries actually related to physics or mathematics or something. So if not this industrial job which is relevant to physics, you will be, I mean, if you have those skills, if you, that rewired brain, okay, that critical thinking brain, so is capable of, or that mathematical thinking brain is capable of getting job in IT sector, AI, ML, data science, finance, business and all. But while targeting for this government job, if you keep collecting the certificate rather than actually doing the subject or actually doing the graduation, then definitely, if not this government job, I mean, none of these jobs, I mean, you will not fit into any of these jobs actually. I mean, if you keep thinking about government job and collect just certificate, okay, I don't worry about subject, I'll just try to score well in the exam and grab the certificate and get some government job, then if not government job, you will not be survived in any of these fields actually. So you should be careful with that one.
Yes,
Yes.
it is visible.
So learning physics and preparing for CSIR-NET, GATE, JEST exams and all. Okay. Now, I mean, why you need to prepare for this exam? You already know. Okay, we have TIFR. Okay, the top most institute in our country. TIFR have TIFR Mumbai old campus, so TIFR Hyderabad, and ICTS. I mean, which is especially for so theoretical studies. Okay, IISc. We have 23 IITs, 7 ISRs, 18 Department of Atomic Energy funded institution, 11 DST funded institution related to physics, 10 CSIR lab related to physics, central universities, NITs, some deemed universities. Okay, I mean, to get into this premier institution, you need to prepare for these exams. Okay, now entrance exams are these things you already know: CSIR-NET, GATE, JEST, TIFR, IIT-JAM. There are many independent exams conducted by some institution. I hope you might have heard ISR aptitude test or something. So some test by some DAE, DST funded, separate test by DAE, DST funded institution. Okay. So Himanshu, I mean, how many BSc and how many MSc students are there in the meeting?
I think mostly are UG students, some are MSc.
Okay. Okay. So this CSIR and NET, this is after MSc. Okay. I hope you know that one. And this JEST and TIFR, it is for both BSc and MSc. Okay. And this JEST, TIFR and IIT-JAM, these are for BSc. I mean, this is for BSc. I hope you already know that one. Okay. CUET and BARC exam for BARC scientific officer. This is for not for masters or research. This is for scientific officer. I mean, these are the entrance exam, okay? I mean, since they have common syllabus, okay? This IIT-JAM have slightly, I mean, and CUET exam, they may have slightly lower syllabus, but the rest of all have similar syllabus. Actually, let me talk about those exams, okay? So there are many fellowship. I mean, after this exam, you will be qualified to have this fellowship and get into premier institution and do your graduation. So now, I mean, before getting into my way of preparation, okay, our way of preparation, I will just talk about conventional coaching or preparation methods actually. So usually conventional coaching or preparation method for these exams, it is guessing question, what question may come in the exam, and by hearting some formula, by hearting some tricks. And there are many coaching notes, reading some notes and solving some question banks and all. Sometimes starting with a question bank, starting preparation with the question bank, starting preparation with by hearting formula and then solving the problem. These are actual conventional preparation method. I hope you also may know all of this actually. So now I have to talk about this. I mean, when look at here, when I mean we have actually these institutions, okay, this institution will serve only 5% of our population, okay. 95% of the population, I mean, they have to depend on other colleges actually. So because of that, I mean, only 5% of the student population can get into this centrally funded institution. There will be definitely heavy competition. So once there is a competition, there is a competitive exam. Once there is a competitive exam, once there are many aspirants for this competitive exam, then there will be coaching industry, coaching business around that these exams actually. And once there is a business, there will be marketing. And you should, I mean, usually people from these metro cities, okay, big cities, they know about marketing. But I mean, since I was also from the village, okay, so people from second and third tier city, they don't know about this business and marketing. So I mean, I have to quote one thing about this business and marketing, okay. In the beginning of 1900, this business and marketing convinced the whole society that smoking cigarette is helpful for health. It is beneficial for health. They convinced the whole society like that actually. I mean, this whole marketing that I have quoted here, marketing has a power to influence society's perception, behavior, and even values also. So that's why, I mean, okay, I mean, I wish to quote one more thing here. I mean, before this digital era, before when we had TV and paper media, this Colgate had marketed so well, so that, I mean, when you go to the shop, you usually directly ask for, give me one Colgate rather than asking for toothpaste. I mean, many of us thought like, I mean, Colgate is the word for toothpaste. I mean, Colgate means toothpaste actually. And I mean, so this Paragon footwear also, I mean, it was marketed so well so that when we go to footwear, we don't ask them what are the footwear you have. We used to ask them, give us Paragon. I mean, I usually thought Paragon word meaning is footwear actually. I usually thought in my childhood that Colgate word means, I mean, what you call toothpaste actually. So the same thing is happening in the coaching business and marketing around that one. I mean, whenever, I mean, what you may be thinking is, okay, if I want to crack this exam, I need to go to coaching class. If I mean, that coaching classes will have some material. Coaching classes will have some strategies. Coaching classes will have some magic tablet that you can purchase from them and you can eat and you will become Superman and you can crack the exam. So this is what the usual perception, and you should be quite careful about this one. Whenever there is a very big business industry, there will be marketing. Whenever there is a marketing, the whole our perception changes. Just like in the beginning of 1900, people were thinking that smoking is beneficial for their health. Even doctors also, I mean, uh, told the society like that. I mean, business and marketing, it was so intense and it made it like this actually. So the same thing happened in our country also after this growth of this coaching industry and coaching business. So, I mean, usually what society thinks is, okay, coaching class have some magic, I mean, They have some material, they have something that you need to purchase and you eat and you can crack the exam. So, but that is not at all true, and that you need to come out of that one. I mean, usually metro city students are quite, I mean, in Bangalore and all, I know them. I mean, they are quite know about this business and marketing. But second and third tier cities students, I mean, you guys also have to get to know about this business and marketing. Whatever you search on Google, you will most probably land on some marketed article, some article behind that one, some marketing strategy is there. Something behind that one, some marketing strategy is there. So that's why this marketing has a power of influence the society. So that's why don't, I mean, that's not true. Okay. I mean, so coaching classes do not have any magic pills that can give you and you will become Superman and you can crack the exam. Okay. So the method that I am proposing here, I mean, to crack this exam is learning physics properly, and along with that one preparing for exam, or learning physics properly doing your graduation, and after graduation preparing for the exam. I mean, without learning you don't jump into this well marketed preparation process actually. So learning physics is essential part of this cracking this exam. So this learning physics, if I get into learning physics, I usually break it out into two parts. First one is understanding the concept and mathematical structure of the theory. And second one is applying them. So applying the concept is also essential part of learning physics. Now you can ask the question, okay, I understood some concept, why I should apply them to learn physics, or why I need applying them. I mean, that's not my job. I mean, understanding the concept is my job. You may be thinking like this, but that is very incomplete learning process, because whatever you understood, how do you know whether you are right or not? How do you know whatever you are understanding, that is the right way or not? Okay, when you start applying them, when you start solving the problem, okay, so then what will happen is you will stuck somewhere. Okay, then you will get to know the gaps in your understanding while applying those concepts actually. I mean, applying them means I'm saying solving problems. I mean, most of the case in your undergraduate, you may be what you call working only on understanding or mathematical structure, okay? But you must apply them, you must solve them, so that you will get to know gaps in your understanding. Once you got gaps in your understanding, again you go back and you read again, you discuss again, you just what you call we call unlearning. Okay, that unlearning should happen, and then that's a complete understanding, that's a complete learning process. That's why learning physics have two stages. One is understanding the concept and mathematical structure, and applying them, solving problem, and understanding what are the gaps in our understanding what are the gaps in our understanding, and then again go back and fill out those gaps actually. So next thing is, I mean, I will just explain some more idea. Learning physics, reading multiple textbook, this is essential part of learning physics, because different textbook will present the subject in a different way. So when you read one textbook, you may not understand that one, but when you read some other textbook, you may understand. I mean, suppose a student A, he may understand this textbook. Student B may not understand that one. Student B may like some other interpretation. So that's why reading multiple textbook is very essential part of learning physics. So definitely all of you have college library, and all of you have accessible to all textbooks actually. Reading multiple textbook, keeping one textbook as primary, and then reading multiple textbook, I mean reading other textbook to understand small concept, that's also better strategy actually. So that's why reading multiple textbook is also almost essential part of learning physics. And I hope nowadays, I mean, it's not like so 20 years back where people don't have access to any resource. You all have access to all resources, all textbooks actually. You just have to make use of it. So asking question and clarifying doubt. Again, if you have that psychological barrier that I'm doing the subject for the exam, you don't ask any question at all. If you have a psychological barrier that I'm doing it for grabbing one certificate, again, you don't ask any question actually. So if you do the subject because to learn the subject, then definitely questions will come. And asking question and clarifying doubt step by step, okay, that also plays very important role in learning physics. So if suppose questions are not arising, from you, if you're not what you call asking any question while learning the physics, then there is something wrong. You may have that psychological barrier, and you have to remove that barrier. That psychological barrier means, why, why should I ask question? I will just remember this one, and I will just what you call qualify my exam. I'll just do my SEM exam. So that psychological barrier may not allow you to ask the question. You have to ask question, clarify your doubt. That is essential part. So teaching concepts to other, whatever you have learned, teaching that one to other, that's also very what you call important exercise in learning physics. You search in Google about Feynman method of learning physics, okay? Feynman method of learning physics, okay? Speak up. So now in that Feynman method, okay, he explains like you study something, then you go and teach to someone. While teaching, you will get to know your gaps in your understanding, okay, then you go back and study and then teach again, okay. So that's why teaching concepts to others, okay, that will help you to find gaps in your understanding. Then you can fill the gap by reading the textbooks, or again discussing with the subject expert, your teachers, and all. Then again you can go and teach back actually. Now again, you are all student, how I can go and teach actually, right? But within the college, you create an environment of group discussion. Whatever you understood, you teach it to your friend. While teaching, you will get to know gaps in your understanding. You go back and study. Next day, you try to teach him again. And if your friend also do the same thing for some other subject, and and that kind of collaborative learning, that environment that you need to create within your college, and you can definitely what you call follow this Feynman method of learning physics also. You always can make some group, and you can start teaching one another, and that is also very good exercise in learning physics actually. So you just search in Google about Feynman method of learning physics, okay. So solving more and more problem, I already told, without solving problem, your learning process is incomplete actually. While solving the problem, you will get to know gaps in your understanding. You need to go back and read again. Then you need to try to solve the problem again. If you are not capable of applying whatever you know, then how do you say that whatever you know that is right? While applying, you will get to know your gaps. You can fill those gaps. Solving more and more problem, this is essential part. So that's why our all textbooks, okay, whatever the standard textbook which are being referred in your undergraduate or graduate courses actually, they have problem not because of these exams actually. They have problem because problems are the way that you learn how to apply physics actually. So that's why that's also essential part. And discussion in a group, that's also very important for learning physics actually. I still remember, I have done my graduation around 10 years back. I still remember the group discussion I have done during my graduation. That group discussion in group, when you fight with each other about the subject, and when you understand something, fight means, not literally fighting, fighting over some concept or something. This is like this, and all. And when you understand something, that you will remember for a very long time actually. So that's why discussion in a group, and that will give you confidence also, group discussion, and that's also very important part of learning physics. So learning physics, not only just if you learn physics and if you learn some problem solving skill from the textbook, that's also not sufficient. You need to reorient your knowledge towards these multiple choice exams also actually. So that's why you need to do these two parallelly, or if you are in BSc first year, second year, you can concentrate on learning physics. That learning physics contain solving problem also, and then you can think of preparing for the, you can do these two parallelly, or you can do one, you can go to other. Method that I have been advocating for the past around 8 to 9 years is solving standard textbook, reading and solving standard textbook, along with multiple choice questions, previous question, or question bank and all. Okay, this is the method that I'm proposing for, to prepare for this exam. I'm not saying for SEM exam. To prepare for this exam, the method that I'm proposing and I'm advocating is, and I'm successfully implementing also, okay, is solving this standard textbook. Let me talk about this standard textbook along with question bank, topic wise question bank parallelly. Okay, because only solving the textbook is sufficient. Definitely solving multiple choice question is also essential part. Yeah, Sopan, you want to add anything?
No, no. Right now you can speak. I will
Yes, yes,
talk after
yes,
some time.
yes, yes. Thank you. So why this method? Okay, now again, since you have a, why you're doing your graduation, most probably because you want to get job. Okay, why you're doing, why you're reading some physics, because those questions will come in the exam. This may be your thinking. Am I right? Let me try to convince this method in your own way. Okay, speak up in your own perception actually. So there will be many question. Okay, at least 3 to 4 question, new question, so which will be directly asked from the standard textbook actually. Those who design question, they also refer this standard textbook. So I have quoted some question here. I'll not explain because most of you are UG student. I have quoted some CSIR-NET question actually. This question is from Jatili quantum mechanics. This question is from Griffiths electrodynamics. Okay, Griffiths electrodynamics. Okay, so this question is from Boylsted electronics. Okay, I'm just collected. I have just collected 3 to 4 questions out of one exam actually. Okay, these are what you call very new question that they have asked. Okay, and I'm quoting only 3 questions. That doesn't mean that you can solve only 3 questions in the exam. Okay, these 3 new questions, many new questions will directly come from textbook. I hope at least this will be convincing part for you, because if question comes from this textbook, then you can go and then you will go and start reading the textbook. Am I right? Why you're doing your graduation? Because it is required for the job. Why you're reading something? Because it will come in your exam. If that is your perception, definitely many questions will directly come from these textbooks. Many new questions, okay, which many of your competitor may not able to attend. Those will directly come from the textbook actually. So that's one plus point. And again, I have collected some more questions from GATE and all actually. Suppose if I quote, this is Griffiths quantum mechanics. Okay, quantum mechanics almost directly asked question. Okay, so this is Crane particle physics chapter. Okay, I hope you know Crane. So textbook for nuclear and particle physics. Okay, so this very similar topic is discussed in the Reef statistical physics actually. Again, you may be thinking again right now. That's all our perception is. Okay, if question come from this textbook, we will study the textbook. Am I right? No. Do we need to solve the textbook because problem will come from that one? No. Again, you took me wrong. So I'm not saying that you need to solve textbook because problems will come from the textbook. Okay. Again, if you think so, that's again one more psychological barrier. If problems are coming from the textbook, that's why I'm reading. Again, that's one more psychological barrier. And if you think like that, you will start memorizing. You will not learn at all. You will not try to understand that one at all. You will not try to understand and solve the problem at all. So if you blindly, again, if you think like that, okay, question will come from this textbook, that's why I'm doing the textbook, you will start by hearting. Okay, then you will not be capable of doing newly designed question. All of these entrance exam, okay, so they have newly designed questions actually. Every time they will design new question. Okay, very less question will be repeated question actually. You will not be able to answer those newly designed question actually. So that's why I'm not suggesting that. To drag your attention, I'm saying there are many questions which will directly come from this textbook just to drag your attention. But I'm not advocating to solve textbook because questions will come from the textbook. Why you need to solve the textbook? Because you will have a conceptual understanding and clarity, which is required for problem. And while solving the textbook, okay, you will be testing whether you understood the concept or not actually. And again, if you are thinking textbooks are only for theory, you are wrong. Textbook will develop a lots of problem solving skills also. Textbook, I mean, the textbook that I'm going to discuss now, it contains huge number of problem, collection of problem, which will develop a lot of problem solving skill, creativity, everything will be, I mean, creativity in solving the problem, everything will be practiced. Again, so whatever the coaching industry teaches a kind of trick to solve the problem, most of those generalized tricks, they are from the textbooks also. They are from the textbooks only. So that's why you need to solve these standard textbook. That's not because, I mean, those questions will come in the exam. It's because you will be independent problem solver. Okay, and the thing that I have experienced is the student who successfully read and solved the textbook. Okay, they could able to solve most of the previous questions from these exams actually. So that is the that's why I'm saying, so solving these textbooks, okay, so that will be very essential part of preparation. It's not only for, I mean, don't have a psychological barrier that those questions will come in the exam. Again, that will not help you to understand and what you call become independent problem solver. Okay, so solving textbook have, these are the what you call thing that you need for examination. This conceptual understanding. I mean, suppose, I mean, you are talking about GATE exam. GATE and JAM exam have multiple select questions. Those multiple, I mean, more than one option may be also right. Those multiple select questions need complete understanding, conceptual understanding and clarity in order to what to call score in those multiple select questions. So those who are not good at conceptual understanding, they are not scoring well in that multiple select question. They are asking more and more multiple select question in recent exams actually. So that's why conceptual understanding or clarity, it is not option. Okay, it is essential for this exam, and textbooks will help you to do so. And again, the method that I'm proposing is solving the textbook along with the MCQs. Okay, so that you can solve any problem, any place, anytime. So why you need to solve the textbook? I mean, it's not only for exam, it is for your future also. Future, what is the future that you are planning? You may be planning for your master's, PhD, or teaching or something. Okay, that future researcher should not be what you call keep on by hearting. Am I right? I mean, they should not have any by hearting kind of nature. Am I right? They should have a understanding nature. They should have a learning capability. This textbook reading, that will give you learning capability also. It is for your future actually, and it is for your PhD interviews also. I mean, right now what you all may be thinking is these competitive exams. Okay, these are your barrier. Am I right? Speak up right now. I mean, climbing that barrier, you may be thinking that is the biggest challenge actually. So actually after that you have some more barrier that you may not be able to see. That one, that barrier is interviews actually. Getting into good institution, cracking the interviews actually. After that interview and surviving in the future, suppose research and all, that's another barrier actually. But while climbing this barrier, you will not see this barrier. What you will do? I mean, you will keep on by hearting. If I crack the exam, my future is settled. You may think like this. No, it's not like that. So if you have a by hearting nature, okay, definitely in the interview you will be thrown back. Definitely you are not going to survive in the future research or teaching field actually. So that's why whatever the nature you develop, that's also very important. And this textbook will have article will prepare you for interview as well as for your future teaching or research career also. So that's why before starting these textbooks and all, okay, speak up, or before starting this preparation, okay, so this is suppose you and your competitors, okay, speak up. I mean, who are your competitor? Okay, speak up. I mean, maybe some of you are already very competent in preparing for this exam. Okay, your competitor are the one who cracked sometimes JEE and NEET exam. Okay, JEE exam, main exam, or so who sometimes prepared for JEE exam actually, who sometimes cracked JEE exam, went for engineering, and again coming back to what you call physics now, who cracked JEE and then choose what you call basic science actually. They may be your competitor. I mean, maybe some of you already prepared for JEE exam, then you are quite competent in preparing for this exam. But if you didn't prepare for this JEE exam in your class 11, 12, okay, remember, those who prepared for JEE NEET exam, I have some statistics, okay, they are very heavy competitors for those who didn't prepare for those exams during their class 11, 12. So that's why, so you should compare yourself with those people who cracked JEE NEET or who prepared for JEE NEET. What are the qualities they have, extra quality they have compared to you? You should try to build those qualities actually. Depending on that one, you need to decide whether you need to walk, whether you need to run, because you may have very limited amount of time. You need to beat them. It is possible. Okay, I mean, it is possible. Let me tell you, you can beat them definitely, because most of them, I mean, maybe lazy. I mean, if you already know that what you call, so turtle and rabbit racing story. I hope you all know that one. Okay, so that's why definitely if you what you call put your hard work, definitely you can beat them. But you should know that one. I mean, they are your competitor and they have some quality. Okay, what are the qualities that they have? Okay, speak up. So the quality that I list out is, okay, I mean, because since I'm also training students, okay, those students who prepared well for this JEE NEET exam, okay, JEE exam especially, they have tremendous what you call amount of patience. They just stick to the chair or table or study table. They work for hours of time. They have a lot of concentration. They have a lot of focus actually, compared to the student who didn't prepare actually. Okay, and those JEE NEET, what you call, those students, those prepared for JEE NEET, they have very good mathematical skill. They have already very good problem solving skills actually. I mean, especially mathematical skill actually. So if you don't have those patience, okay, I mean, I can see the difference actually. Those who prepared JEE NEET, okay, they just stick to the chair for hours of time without any distraction, without mobile, social media distraction. They work for hours of time. So that's why, I mean, that quality also you need to build actually, commitment and hard work and kind of focus. Okay, that's also required. And other one is they already have very good mathematical skills. So that's why for BSc and MSc student who is preparing for this exam, first, if you are not good at class 11, 12 mathematics, you need to fix that one first. You should be very good at class 11, 12 mathematics. Mathematics is a language of physics actually. You can't avoid that. And along with that one, if you haven't done HC Verma and Hegde in class 11, 12, you better do that one, because some part of JAM syllabus is class 11, 12 JEE advanced syllabus actually. There are some questions which are asked in that perspective also. Some question in JEST and TIFR are also class 11, 12 JEE advanced level actually. So some very rare, some question in CSIR-GET also are of that type actually. So that's why solving class 11, 12, this HC Verma textbook and Hegde textbook, the JEE, so-called JEE advanced related material, okay, I mean, textbooks actually. So those will be the what you call primary what you call ground preparation that you need to make. I mean, along with class 11, 12 mathematics. Okay, without fixing this one, if you jump into next one, okay, remember your competitors have done those things. I mean, they may what you call surpass you. So that's why fix your class 11, 12 math if you are not good at that one, and do this JEE advanced part, I mean, kind of syllabus from HC Verma, Hegde, and if you do them, it is, I mean, suppose, I mean, you may be thinking for CSIR-NET and GATE exam, why I need to do class 11, 12 HC Verma and Hegde, because these syllabus are irrelevant for CSIR-NET and GATE exam. But while doing this HC Verma and Hegde, you will have again rewired brain. You will have problem solving skills actually. And that problem, I mean, that will improve your learning capability also. That I have what you call, I have observed that one in the students actually. I mean, so that's why this is the ground kind of preparation that you need to do. I mean, before getting into this one. Okay. So then now I'll briefly go through the books to be followed. Okay. For mathematical physics. Okay. So Essential Calculus by Stewart. Okay. everyone must solve this essential calculus by Stewart. It will fix your basic math to slightly advanced math, whatever required for these exams actually. Higher Engineering Mathematics by B.S. Grewal. Okay, this is another textbook for mathematical physics part. Okay, and suppose if you are feeling bored with this higher engineering mathematics, suppose if you are capable of solving this problem easily, you can go for Afkin and Weber and Mariel Bose problems. Okay, I mean, you know the syllabus for JAM, just TIFR and all. For those syllabus, you just refer these textbook particular chapter, suppose differential equation for your analysis, okay, or a vector algebra, vector calculus. You can refer this textbook and you can solve the problem actually. So that's why for mathematical physics, okay, I mean, essential calculus is must. Everyone must do that one. Okay, I mean, if your calculus is not so good, okay, then you can pick this higher engineering mathematics and try to cover those syllabus. If suppose you feel higher engineering mathematics by B.S. Grewal is easy, you can go and pick the problem from Mariel Bose or Afkin and Weber on the same topic, and you can improve your level of understanding and skills actually. So that's about mathematical physics. About quantum mechanics, modern physics and quantum mechanics. So for modern physics part, suppose, I mean, since most of you are undergraduate student, okay, Arthur and Beiser, okay, speak up, Arthur Beiser, modern physics, okay. You, not only reading the textbook and theory, you need to solve whatever the problem he mentioned also. And for quantum mechanics, Griffith's quantum mechanics and Jetili quantum mechanics, two famous standard textbooks, okay, which you need to refer for quantum mechanics. So, I mean, so let me just, I mean, if I have time, let me just talk more about this one. And along with that one, I mean, since most of you are BSc students here, I need to quote one more textbooks here, okay? So that is Randall Knight, okay? If you are BSc, I mean, student, okay? Randall Knight, I think it is college physics or something, okay? Or some basic physics, okay? It is slightly above Held-Resnick textbook, okay? I mean, so, I mean, if you are a BSc student, okay? If you want to do some basic part, Randall D. Knight, I think, okay? That is the author name, okay? I don't exactly remember the so textbook name, okay? Let me just give the textbook name.
I think it's
Physics.
college physics.
College physics, okay? Physics for scientists and engineers, okay? College physics or something, okay? Physics for scientists and engineers, okay? And engineers, okay? Randall D. Knight, okay? So that also, I mean, it's very modern approach to solve the problem. It contains enormous amount of problem. You better to add this one also, okay? I mean, for especially for BSc students, okay? And all modern physics part, I mean, that this Arthur Beiser is the best textbook for understanding, and you can solve those problems also. So this, whenever classical mechanics is concerned, again, since most of you are BSc student, you just see this part, Introduction to Mechanics by Daniel Kleppner and Coleno. Okay, I observed many JAM questions are designed out of these textbooks actually. So that's why solving this one, okay, I mean, Newtonian physics and gravitation, central force problem, even special theory of relativity, everything is given very nicely in Introduction to Mechanics by Daniel Kleppner and Coleno. It contains very nice set of problems also. And definitely, I mean, again, so some question may come out of this one, and you will develop a lot of problem solving skills over there that you can use in the exam. So, I mean, if you are if you are MSc student, okay, so Goldstein and JC Upadhyay, okay, you need to cover this one for classical mechanics for CSIR-NET. I mean, this is, if you are concentrating only on JAM, this is sufficient, okay. If you are concentrating on, suppose, just TIFR and all, okay, just TIFR, okay, and suppose CSIR-NET, okay, gate and all, okay, so then you need to do these textbooks actually. And along with, I mean, if you are JAM aspirant, okay, I mean, along with this one, this YKLM questions, okay, this also contain lot of very good standard problems, okay, problem and solutions. Don't see the solution, problem and answers. You can use that one to what you call, I mean, to what you call build your problem solving skills on mechanics actually. Okay, I mean, now again, before proceeding, I need to quote one thing here. before proceeding. So the thing that I need to quote here is, okay, this CSIR-NET, okay, or I'll take like this, okay, this JEST, okay, JEST exam do not have any specialization. I hope you can see the syllabus, okay, and TIFR, okay, then CSIR, okay, then GATE, okay, pick up. So these have similar syllabus. This JEST do not have specialization topic, but TIFR, CSIR, GATE, they are of similar level actually, okay. JAM is other level, okay, JAM exam is other level. JAM exam is other level. I mean, you can take, I mean, preparation for just TIFR, CSIR and GATE, they are of one level. Preparation for JAM is slightly below level actually. But if you prepare for these things, you can do well in JAM also. But if you prepare for JAM, you have only JAM exam, JAM or CUET exam, okay? CUET exam. So that's why my suggestion is you need to prepare for this exam, because suppose if you take TIFR, using JAM exam, you can't attend TIFR interview at all. Okay, using JAM exam, you can't go to some institution at all. So that's why just an TIFR can take you to any institution. I mean, for BSc student, that's the suggestion. Along with the JAM, I mean, you need to prepare for just TIFR along with this JAM exam. If you prepare for this exam, I mean, JAM exam will also be article covered. But if you prepare only for JAM exam, JAM and CUET you can attend. I mean, some top institution, I mean, you can't article get into some top institution. That you need to keep in mind actually. Okay, fine. Speak up. So now about statistical physics and thermodynamics. Okay, so I mean, let me start with thermodynamics. This thermal physics by Blundell and Blundell. Okay, this is very nice textbook, very easily explained subjects actually, and it has contained a lot of good problems also. Along with that one, you can refer Heat and Thermodynamics by Ziemansky. So it also very detailed thermodynamics textbook. It contains problems also. And if you want to do much more depth thermodynamics and statistical physics, Reef Statistical Physics is the very standard textbook. And once you are good at some basic fundamental, you can solve this YK lim. Okay, this is YK lim problems actually. I mean, so that will prepare you very well for the exam. And there are many JEST and TIFR questions which are from Reef, YK lim, and all actually. I mean, that's why I mean, not only what you call that just conceptual understanding. Some problem will come from this textbook, then those will be kind of jackpot for you. You can quickly answer those questions. Okay, so electrodynamics. Okay, I mean, this syllabus is common for almost common for JAM and just TIFR and other exams. Okay, whatever I have segregated. Okay, so you should do almost all of this textbook actually, nearly. I mean, at the end of this textbook. Okay, that's only one textbook, that is Griffiths Electrodynamics. Okay, so now for electronics, for different topic, different textbooks are good. Suppose if you want to do diodes here, okay, if you want to do diodes, okay, Boylsted and Neshelke is the very best textbook. I mean, so in this one, transistors are also good actually. Transistors subject is also good, but if you feel transistor is difficult, you can go to this electronic principle by Malvino and Bett, okay, for transistors. Okay, for suppose op amp, okay, you can refer this textbook, op amp. For digital electronics, you can refer this one. I mean, obviously most of your college students, definitely these books will be available for you. Or I mean, this linear integrated circuit, this will be available nearby the engineering college. Any of these textbook, you can search in the second-hand bookstore nearby the engineering college. You can get these things actually. So electronics is also very important part for all exam. You need to develop some skills over there. So nuclear and particle physics, again, if you are thinking about JAM, modern physics is sufficient. Okay. Suppose if you are thinking about other exam, nuclear and nuclear physics by Crane, some selected chapter according to the syllabus need to be covered from the Crane textbook. Okay, and the same Griffiths, okay, the author Griffiths, whatever I have quoted here, David J. Griffiths. Okay, I mean, the same author, okay, have written on elementary particle physics. 2 to 3 chapters of this particle physics will be helpful to prepare for particle physics actually. So now for condensed matter physics, usually I suggest a lot of textbooks. I mean, but this Charles Kittel is the textbook that you can start with. And if that is, if any concept is not convincing, you can go to this Ershoff Mermin. This James Geeman is quite what you call deep theory. But if you want very on the surface, okay, V. Raghavan, okay, Material Science and Engineering by V. Raghavan is very good textbook, and it contains lot of questions also, MCQs also. He collected a lot of MCQs also. So that's what I'm going to suggest here. Charles Kittel, better to place it as a very primary source of reference here. So oscillation, wave, and optic. This is also very important for JEST, TFR, and especially IIT-JAM exam. But this optic syllabus, okay, you need to do this optic syllabus after you do this electrodynamics, and in this electrodynamics one EM waves chapter comes, okay. After this EM waves chapter, if you jump into optics, it would be so great actually. And in that optics, okay, Yugen H, okay, optics by Yugen H, it is very nice textbook, okay. In this one, Sham series textbook is also there. I'm not talking about Sham series concept textbook. I'm talking about detailed textbook by Yugen H. That is so nice, and I think problems are also relevant to, I mean, these textbooks only, okay. And if you are talking about oscillation and waves, actually, David Morin, okay, you need to remember his name. The same author have written one classical mechanics textbook which contain lot of problem solving ideas, okay. The David Morin textbook, I mean, for any Newtonian physics related problems, okay. I mean, earlier I quoted here I quoted Klepner and Coleno, okay. Along with that one, you can add David Morin textbook, okay. And the same author, David Morin, okay, speak up. He put what you call this oscillation and wave chapters freely in his website actually. Maybe later he may publish that one as a book, okay. That oscillation and waves you can do with his lecture notes actually. So that's very great resource for this oscillation and wave. And I already mentioned that Randall D. Knight, okay, that also contain oscillation and wave, the basic part. I don't know Randall Knight. Okay, speak up. That also contain oscillation and wave very nicely. Okay, speak up. Here I will quote it here for oscillation and waves. Okay, Randall Knight book also good. Now remember, whatever the book that I have quoted, you are not only reading the theory over there, you are solving a lot of problem along with the theory. If you do problem here, you will be capable of, I mean, if you understood this book up to one level, okay, need not to have complete understanding, up to one level, and if you solve one level problem, okay, you will be capable of doing nearly 70% of the previous question yourself actually without any assistance. So maybe 30% you may need some expert advice or some hint or something. Or sometimes when you can't solve any problem, you go back and read the textbook, you can solve those problems actually. So, I mean, that's why these are the textbooks that I wish to quote actually. Okay. Now, definitely you might have scared. So, Himanshu, do I have, can I take 5 more minutes?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. So, definitely, I mean, usually, you might have scared when you see this textbook. Okay, these are foreign author textbook. How do I solve this and all? Okay, remember, I mean, nothing is impossible. Okay, speak up. So learning is a team adventure. Okay, I mean, suppose if you pick one of these textbooks, sit in the corner, you may not understand it fully. You may lose hope and you may leave the textbook and you may go for some easy way, like some Indian author textbook or something. But when you are in a team in college, you can definitely make a team. I mean, you just grab this Griffiths electrodynamics textbook. 4 of you grab this textbook, go to library or go to some empty class, and you start discussing. You start reading that one. Let us see why you can't understand it. You can definitely understand that learning is always a team adventure. When you are in a team, you can definitely have a confidence and you can definitely learn a lot actually. So that's why you be in a team, you have a group study in your college. Now look at here, whatever the textbook that I have mentioned, okay, I mean, you don't have to go to coaching class to do this textbook, okay, you can do at your college actually. You just have to prepare your mindset and you just have to create that environment yourself. And once you create that environment can take you to any level, whatever you desire actually. So that's why, I mean, these are not any secret also. I mean, these are very standard textbook. You can search on Google actually. So when you are in a team, you can definitely have a confidence to do that. Okay, and when you do discuss those things, okay, I mean, slowly you will start understanding. Once you build confidence, then you will have a confidence to do those textbook actually. Okay, and one more thing is, okay, whenever you do any topic, suppose, I mean, if you are doing electrodynamics, okay. What you do, suppose in one semester you have electrodynamics in your syllabus, okay, BSc syllabus. What you do, you directly jump to electrostatic, potential, magnetostatic chapter. You should not do that one, okay. So he mentioned first chapter vector analysis, am I right? You should do that vector analysis thoroughly. You should have a hold on that vector analysis. Then only whole textbook will be very easy for you. The main mistake that what we Indians do is we don't read the preface of the textbook. We will directly jump to the chapters, okay. We should read the preface, okay. I mean, for every subject you need some basic, I mean, you need some mathematical skill actually to do those subjects, okay. So that's why you should first ask the question, okay, before doing electrodynamics, what are the mathematics you need? That is vector calculus and some coordinate idea. Are you good at that one? Then start moving on to later and later chapter. So that's why he mentioned that first chapter. If you have a hold on that vector calculus, okay, Gauss theorem, Green's theorem, curl, divergence, gradient, and your coordinate, spherical polar coordinate, cylindrical coordinate. If you are very good at that one, then whole textbook will be very easy. So that's why whenever you start any of these textbooks, suppose I told this optics textbook, am I right? Optics by Yuga Naik. Don't directly jump into that one, okay? You do proper electromagnetic waves chapter from this Griffiths electrodynamics, okay? I mean, if you read the preface of this textbook, they might have mentioned those things, okay? We usually don't have patience to read the preface. We quickly move on. Then we say, okay, this book is difficult and all. Don't say like that, okay? And while solving this David Moran oscillation, what you have to do? Anyone can you quote while doing oscillation chapter? What mathematics you may do? Can you guess? Anyone? Oscillation, damped oscillation, or something. What mathematics you may need? Pick up anyone. I mean, whoever now.
Linear differential equations.
Differential equation. I mean, definitely. I mean, Sopan, you answer. I mean, I was expecting others to answer. You should do differential equation properly. I mean, don't say that, okay, David Moran notes are difficult. No, don't say. I mean, actually, he didn't expect you to know a differential equation. He explained the solutions of the differential equation in the notes actually. But if you are good at this differential equation, even in higher engineering mathematics itself, many what you call similar differential equations are already solved actually. Or if you see Mariel, Bose, or Afkin and Weber, they might have definitely solved many oscillation questions actually. So that's why sometimes what I feel is, I mean, suppose if you are doing quantum mechanics, okay, you be good at differential equations, some integration, and linear algebra, matrices, eigenvalue problem, linear algebra, then quantum mechanics will be easy for you. So like that for every topic, okay. I mean, so for suppose, so statistical physics, you should be good at probability and statistics, okay. Thermodynamics, some basic calculus are sufficient actually. So that's why for every topic, electronics do not require any mathematics actually, okay. For every topic, you just ask or you just search in Google, what are the mathematical prerequisite, okay. You have that mathematical skill, then definitely whole textbook is very easy for you. So, I mean, sometimes what I feel is our approach is wrong, okay. When we pick the textbook, we'll quickly jump into some chapter. I mean, so tomorrow we have some exam, we need to somehow do those chapters. I mean, then definitely textbook will be difficult for you. No, you should not do like that. You should have a prerequisite, okay. You should do those things, okay. And if you have a proper approach, and if you are in a team, okay, definitely you can do all of this textbook, okay, without spending any money. You already are there in a college, you just grab the textbook and go to create some environment and start doing that. So then solving this textbook is also not complete preparation, okay. Orientation of your knowledge and skill towards the exam, okay. Suppose if I give any question for you, multiple select question, multiple choice question, if you take half an hour to solve, that's not useful for the exam. You should keep a timer and you should solve that one, okay. You should take many online subject-wise practice tests. After you do, suppose, couple of chapter of electrodynamics, you should take some practice test. I mean, whether you can quickly generate idea to solve a particular problem or not, you need to check that. So that's why, I mean, solving more and more small topic-wise test, okay, and orienting your knowledge and skills towards the multiple choice. Sometimes you don't have to solve some question fully. You can eliminate option. Sometimes you don't have to solve question completely. If you solve half, you can eliminate option. Sometimes questions will be based on conceptuals. Questions may require some idea, some out-of-box idea. So you need to think out of box sometime. Okay, so those skills, I mean, you will develop only by solving multiple choice question also. That's why along with the textbook, you should parallelly solve that one. Suppose you solve electrostatic today or next 1 week, you have to solve all multiple choice questions related to electrostatic by keeping timer, by keeping some time limit, and you have to develop the skills actually. So revision is also very important. For this revision, if you make your own notes while doing the syllabus, it's so helpful because it's a very huge syllabus. Revision is a very big headache. So that's why what I suggest is while reading the textbook, and you better to make your own notes actually, brief notes, okay? So that during the revision, you can recollect them very quickly. Revision is also very essential because it contains very varieties of subject and very huge syllabus. And full length test at the end of, I mean, if you cover up to one amount of syllabus, okay, nearby the exam at one level, at one day, suppose 1 month before the exam, you need to stop building your syllabus. Okay, you need to stop covering more and more syllabus. You should start taking full length mock test, full length test, just like in an exam hall. So in that one, you will learn exam on strategy actually. I mean, so that exam on strategy, that depends on each exam. Whatever the strategy, if I tell you, that may not work for next exam actually. It's like playing some game actually, playing some cricket. You don't know what is the next ball is going to be. You need to decide at that instant of time. You need to play like some game actually. So that's why you have to take more and more full length mock test. Then I mean, even though if I suggest some exam or strategy, you may not able to implement that one in the exam hall. But if you take more and more full length mock test, you can have your own strategy actually. I mean, like suppose if there is any difficult question, leaving that question for the end. You should not stuck with a difficult question. You should answer all easy question on the paper. And I mean, sometimes when you think the question takes too much time, even though you know how to solve the question, you may need to leave it for the later time. You should not waste time. You should use your time very wisely. You should select question very wisely. All of these strategies, whatever you do in the exam hall, that, I mean, even though if I explain some strategy, those things will not be digested. You need to develop that one by taking more and more full-length mock test. And along with this full-length mock test, what I suggest is you analyze those tests. Analyze means make one Excel sheet, okay? I mean, suppose if there are 50 questions in the paper, I mean, make those Excel sheet, okay? Make list out, okay, this question number 1, what is the on what concept it is on? Question number 2, on what subject it is on? Question number 3, on what subject it is on? Whether you did it right or wrong, okay? You make an Excel sheet, okay? Then you work on the topic that you are not good at, okay? You should do that analysis after this full-length mock test, okay? I mean, because while doing revision, it's a very huge syllabus. What to revise, what to concentrate on, okay? That you should get to know after taking many mock tests, okay? You make an Excel sheet, you analyze that one. On that analysis, on that data, your own data, you work on that data and you do the revision. So that will be a right way to prepare for this exam. So thank you so much. Now you can ask the question. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to add here is that mock tests are important now because nowadays most exams are shifted to the computer-based pattern, right? So
Yes,
you'll
yes.
see only one question at a time. So you'll not see the whole question paper at a time compared to the written exams that were previously. So your
Exactly.
judgment has to be very good, whether you want to do the question or you want to leave it. If
Leave
one
it.
question 20 minutes of time, you'll have to leave it because you can't afford 20 minutes of time on that question, even if you can solve it. So
Yes.
that's why that judgment is very important, and that will
Yeah,
only be developed after mock tests.
mock test only. So more and more mock test. I mean, what will happen is, okay, those who prepare for the exam, nearby the exam, they'll be keep busy with the revision. Actually, they'll keep doing revision, reading notes or something. They will not take many mock tests. Actually, that's what I observed. But at one point, you need to stop this, what you call, building your syllabus, covering more and more syllabus. You need to take more and more mock tests. That's also computer based, as you told, because you will not have full paper at your hand. You will not be reading like you are reading on your textbook or notes. Actually, you should take those tests on the computer only. So I mean, keeping computer based calculator and all. Okay, I mean, nowadays I think that gate calculator is available on your smartphone and all. That gate calculator, the same calculator works for JAM exam also. So you can use those calculator and all. I mean, each and everything should be practiced because it's a competition. Okay. So I mean, after the learning process, you need to orient your knowledge towards this exam. Keep the timer and do that one. Okay. And sometimes this gate and jam exam, gate and jam and some question. Okay. If you think the problem is too lengthy to solve, you may be thinking in the wrong way. Okay, I mean, you may need to leave the question. I mean, you are not thinking in the right way. Sometimes you need to think out of the box. Okay, I mean, if you are if some gate question is very lengthy to solve, whatever you may be thinking, that may be wrong. Okay, I mean, because they will always create a question in such a way that you can solve in less time. Actually, if you think that it is consuming time, you need to move on, or you need to develop the skill so that you will have enough way of thinking so that you can solve the question in the shortest way. So those things all should be practiced actually. Yeah, thank you so much. Wish to uh, give Swapan to speak something, because I mean, when I saw the response, Google form response, many of you are thinking whether I can do JAM or not, whether JAM is that level or not. Okay, just TFR, whether they are our level or not, whether I can prepare that one during your BSc or not. Okay, these are the question you kept actually. One thing is, look at here, for competitive exam, you need to start your preparation as early as possible, if possible today night. Okay, because there are already people who prepared. Okay, you need to compete with them. If you start early, you can definitely compete very well actually. So that's why. So I mean, you should start as early as possible. Even though you are in a BSc first year, you start your preparation for this exam. Okay, because it's a highly competitive exam. It takes its own time. You may take your own time to what you call compete for that exam. Okay, that's why don't delay. Don't think that after graduation I will prepare and all. You start now. Okay, you start today. So that's my suggestion. Okay, now so I will hand over to Swapan. You please speak over this one. So because I mean, I was also from village. I studied in a taluk place. Okay, I studied. I mean, I did my masters in a second or third tier city actually. So because of that, I mean, I too never had a confidence that I would crack CSIR-NET GATE JEST exam. Actually. Okay, only after doing, okay, this also can be done. I can also compete to the national level. Okay, so that's why, I mean, so that's why I called Swapan. Swapan is also from Assam, and he's also like all of you, and he cracked the most competitive, what you call, one, that TIFR ICTS, I mean TIFR exam as well as interview, JEST exam, JAM exam as well as ICTS interview actually. I'll hand over to Swapan. Could you please quote your experience, what you were thinking in your BSc, and I mean, how you come over those things and all. Okay, can you please help them to gain some confidence that anyone can do this one?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah, thank you for inviting. Let me begin by introducing myself. So I'm from Tinsukia district. I did my high school from Don Bosco High School, Dumduma, and my high secondary from Cotton University, and then my bachelor's from Digboy College. And that is where in my uh, third semester around, I started to think like seriously about preparing for these exams. And that is when I also took it was during the COVID time that I got to know about Subrahmanya sir's online courses. It was a 6 months long course, so I took that, and it really did give me a boost in learning about the concepts of physics. Because even though as I was learning it in my college as well, but still you do need to get uh, if you can additional help from other people, because otherwise like what you know only you know, right? But other people, there are definitely other people who know much more than you, so it's good to engage with them. And so during this preparation, I really got to know a lot more about physics, like not just about physics but how to approach physics. So that was very important, because you might spend a lot of time doing unnecessary stuff. uh, so yeah, that is important as well. And so one thing that I would like to stress is during the last month, the whole of the last month, I just solved this mock test paper. So I took an online uh, from from some institute, and there I solved online. They had this all India based online test series papers, which I solved for a whole month. And that really gave me the last bit of boost that I needed for like swiftly covering the questions problems. And one more thing is it only comes with practice, you know. Like when you solve many problems, then you realize what are your weaknesses and what are your strengths, and then try to focus on the strengths, because in the last few months you need to focus on your strengths. And so um, so while giving this online test series, I got to know a lot more about what I was really good at, with the topics that I was really good at. So I continued to attack those problems first, like the problems which I was really the the type of problems I was really good at. I began attacking those problems more, and then I was pretty confident that I would not let any of those questions go away in my exam. So that definitely happened. And one more thing that I realized was during the first 10 20 10 mock tests that I gave, I was not able to manage the time management. Even though I did have some I did have the knowledge that one needs to take time management very seriously, but it's only when you like solve many problems in the 3 hour time, like when you repeatedly do that thing, that you really realize that it's really important that in 3 hours you need to mind the time take you give to each problem very seriously. So I had what I had in my mind was for every problem I will give, like in 1 minute I will have to decide whether I want to attack this problem or not. If I am not able to decide in 1 minute, I will just leave that problem. So like this way, but the strategy did work, because I was able to find many problems which I was able to do, and left those problems which were like not doable at the time being. So yeah, that can help. And yeah,
Swapan,
you
I
need to.
have one question.
Yes.
Okay, during your BSc, did you thought like you could crack TFR?
No, definitely no. Like TFR was like
But you could able to do that one, am I right?
yeah, no. So initially, like no one thinks that they will probably get to TFR. I mean, like the most more sensible thing is probably you'll get some low ranked IITs. And yeah, so my first what I was thinking, like I want to get into any IIT, like at least for the masters I want to get to an IIT. And then if it happens, then fine. If I get TFR or ISC, then it's fine. But I did wanted to get into a IIT at first. But it did happen that I gradually was able to do and time manage. But once again, it only comes with a lot of practice. So you have to like do a lot of things and then decide, because no one is going to be able to solve all the problems. You just have to decide which are the problems that you are going to attack and attack them very well. So yeah, that is the thing.
Yeah, I mean the key point that I want to tell all other students is, okay, I mean, you thought some low rank IIT, but
Yeah,
you,
definitely.
you should know your capability. I mean, you cracked TIFR, which is the top place actually. I mean, so ICTS, which is the top place to do theoretical physics actually. So that's why I think everyone have to take him as an example. I mean, you don't underestimate yourself. Jump into preparation, put your hard work. Definitely, I mean, you can do that one. I mean, Swapan, I mean, what do you think like that? I mean, because
Yeah, I was never thinking I will get to it into TIFR, because TIFR I used to look at ICTS webpage, and I would like I used to think like what kind of people probably get here. But now as I get here, I mean, I see all the people who are just like us. I mean, they are no different actually. Honestly, they are no different than any of us. It's just that um, but there is one thing that I'd like to tell you that I have realized coming here, which was not present earlier. I mean, it was to some extent, but as you said, that you can only see so far. I mean, with every step in your life, you see something a bit more. So yeah. So one thing is, uh, uh, you can crack this kind of exams by, like reading stuff more and more. All right, just by like understanding how to attack a problem and all this. Uh, but 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 but, when, but after I came here, when I have to do research, uh, it's a different kind of a world now. You have to be able to make your own problem and attack that your own problem. So so the thing now that all the things that I had earlier studied earlier. Can you hear me? Yeah.
yes, we can hear.
Yeah, yeah, all the things that I was learning earlier in BSc, I'm learning it again, but in a new, but in a new sense. So so all the bachelor students that are here, I would like to tell you that the things that you're learning right now, vector calculus and all of these things, coordinate transformations and all this. So these things are very important, and try to think of them in your own way. Like I mean, follow the books, but don't be a slave of the book. I mean, you have if you really want to do physics, and if you want to understand how our world works, then you'll have to you'll have to understand in your own terms, and not the terms in which the author of the book has written. So that is important as well. And that is only something that I have realized coming here, because earlier, like like I mean, I too was like, just if you give me any problem, I'll just do it very fast. But uh, uh, but you now that I know, I can at least share you that what you are learning right now is very important, and you can learn it, try to learn it in your own way as well. But the overall point is that you all can do this, because I was just like you guys. I mean, I'm no different than you guys. I mean, my hobbies and my personal life are all just like yours. But the only thing is, at the moment of the moment when you require, you'll have to do a lot of problem solving, and thinking in your own terms, thinking physics in your own terms. If you can do that, you can definitely be anywhere. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I mean, even I also had no article confidence that I would crack CSIR-NET exam, a JEST exam and all. I mean, after started working, I mean, okay, I could have also to compete everyone. I mean, that's how, I mean, everyone experience actually. So that's, sorry, Himanshu, I think I took half an hour more.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Yes.
think, yeah, most questions have probably been answered already in the
Yes,
talk
yes.
itself. So, yeah, but still, if you have any questions, you can go ahead. Or even if you don't, maybe you can share your email ID and they may contact you
Yes,
later
yeah.
regarding any
So
specific
definitely. Uh,
or related to any preparation strategy.
yeah, that's better. You can personally email me at snboseplg@gmail.com. Okay, because I mean I just addressed the overall aspect. Okay, if you need any personal question, you can send me email. I'll just reply to email. I'll take time and reply to email. Okay, that would be very nice actually. I mean there will be many individual doubt regarding this career and all. You can just ask me via email. I have just typed my email. You can just save it. And one more thing is, I mean, you don't think that coaching classes or we have some magic pills. Don't jump and purchase some courses or something. Okay, pick up. I have already explained what are the textbook to be followed, or even I will send the slide to Himanshu. He can share with others actually those slides. What are the textbook to be followed and all. You just create an environment and do that one. And even, I mean, in this digital age, if you want to learn anything, you can learn anything freely. You don't have to spend money. Okay, don't jump into purchasing something. Okay, speak up. I mean that also I don't recommend at all. Okay, speak up. So if you are in BSc, and you can definitely what you call do this textbook. Okay, build some confidence. Then if you need, okay, if you feel you need, then only go for so some courses or something. Okay, that's what I suggest. Okay, I mean you don't jump into any courses. Okay, I mean that's my suggestion. And one more thing is, I mean I'm preparing some web pages where I'm going to put all the detail which chapter to be referred for which particular topic. Okay, and I'm going to share it with Himanshu. I think you may have some web page, am I right, regarding
Yeah,
this you can share over there. Okay, I mean you can use that one actually. Ultimately what I feel is, okay, as Swapan was saying, okay, when you understand something in your own way, so that is very important actually. Even though you join some courses, you learn something, I mean ultimately you need to understand your own way and you need to exhibit in the exam hall. So that's why this if you learn in a group, if you have some self learning capability, that is next level. You can beat lot of competition. Yeah.
thank you from my side also for conducting this session on actually such short notice. I'd say it wasn't even a week that I had contacted you and you agreed to do it. So yeah, it was probably last Sunday, right? So yeah, thank you so much. So at least if some of the students they get inspired and they are able to follow the pathway that you suggested, our job is done as mentors or as guides. So that's all I had to say. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, participants.
Yes.
And thank you. Yeah.
Thank you much. Yes, thank you.
Okay. So we can leave.